So welcome to the news today. Today we use that how do you solve a problem like no career? Because obsession don't work and bombs are a bad idea. Imagine just for a moment that is a narcissistic bullying had gone his tiny deranged hands on a nuclear arsenal. And then imagine it's not Donald Trump. This right. There is two of them. To tubby, tinpot, tyrants with all the humility of Zsa Zsa Gabor. Whereas they are on opposite sides. Trump and Kim Jong Un are bad enough, but if they were friends, at least the rest of the world could get together and narrate and enormous poemed finger at them. When two morons compete, there is little anyone can do but to get a safe distance and wait for the bang. Unfortunately, there is no safe distance from the USA and North Korea, not at least because they are on two different continents, and a nuclear spat between two cold war loads and anti-hemisphere. Each heavily armed megalomaniac is also connected to some of the greatest nations in the world, who get sucked in alongside them. North Korea to Russia and China, the US, Europe, and the Pacific Rim. A difference of opinion between these two, in short, is world-ending. A blast of thunder greater even than to combined power of the meat and cheese being part. So it's grim, but not impossible, right? I mean that America is still mostly on the side of freedom, and it usually wins, and Trump's power are restricted, and oh God, please don't let my skin burn. North Korea just successfully tested a new intercontinental ballistic missile, so it could now hit the US mainland. The US responds by flying supersonic bombers around where Kim could see them and had practice with the anti-missile defense system. It is the geopolitical equivalent of two deranged men arguing with separate love posts, laughable on their own, but more wary if they actually meet. But before you build a bunker and launch it with the time and spare, there are options. Let's take them one at a time. First, there's international sanctions. The United Nations Security Council, EU, and individual nations have been imposing this since North Korea's first nuclear test in 2006, and they made enough all difference to its arms race. Not only Kim had been confident enough to assassinate his own half-brother on foreign soil using VX nerves agent, and the US report earlier this year found he had been plotting sanctions using French companies and international cash and gold transfer to buy air defense system and satellite guided missiles from Asia, Africa, and Middle East. Has been trading minerals and natural resources and every detector in the world and found a way to access international banking systems. He must personal millions of the banned export of minerals such as minesite and potash, which are used in mobile phones. In 2013, in North Korea, missile was intercepted route from Cuba and MAG jets and anti-aircraft missile on board. Last year, another ship was stopped on its way to Suez Canal and under several tons of iron, which itself was illegal, but were 60,000 rocket-propelled grenades. Kim's doing very nice out of the section. Thank you. Why would he might abuse more? As a financial lever to force a raw nation to comply with the international laws sanctioned had never yet worked. Saddam Hussein ignored them. Although Castro was probably moved by them, Bashar al-Assad is doing just fine, but he might as well tell Iran it was right about America all along. So what else could we do? Well, there's a way. They always were. The distance from Kim's freedom in Pyongyang to the South Korea capital of Seoul is less than of London to Birmingham. Almost 10 million people were within range of this temple, never mind an ICBM or nuclear warhead. There have been reports Trump is considering a so-called strike on Kim's nuclear testing facility to knock his armed force back into the Stone Age. He could do that, and Kim would probably bomb Taiwan or Tokyo or Thailand, send a secret agent with a suitcase full of TNT and put drones into the soup, and get Indonesian tourists to wipe some of US on the face of the nearest US ambassador. The worst reaction to all those things would be invasions. And Kim's not too bothered about that. He proves he was right, and he is all that keep his people from oppressing by American rebels. It quells indecent at home, and as a man with a conventional and nuclear arsenal, and he can set up a lot of big banks which he rather enjoys. There will be military stalemate with a weak and even more improbable than he is now. Even if the world could somehow get a right of him, there will be a population to deal with that has the same grasp of ability as a cult. A cult that's been going for 3 generations. If you thought the errant insurgency was bad, just wait until you see what appears in the vacuum Kim would have left behind. For the same reason you can't assassinate him. It wouldn't herald democracy. There's no clear indication who succeeded him or whoever would like to have established control by dropping a bomb on someone. And removing the head of this particular dragon would cause a chaos on a quarter of the world's surface. It would open on this and China, Russia, Japan shake economy with long rubbing wars over communists. The US do not enjoy with Vietnam. The first time is the doesn't war to riots. Another option is switching issue section against Donald Trump, later bailing Sable. Let him see what happened. But trouble is not exact as Kim as he was strong, redundant, and ramming guide running a blog, plotting a revenge everyone who has more ice cream. That's how you know there is very little to choose between leader of free world and leader of the most isolated nation on earth. The next option is apportionment. Let Kim do as he pleases, just as we do with Trump, and hope for the best. That doesn't work either, just as Poland. There are 2 more options that they would both work brilliantly if only one involved had a brain bigger than their hand. The first that you invite Kim to dinner. You break bread and with the tyrant sit as the equal and whole summit. His ego would not be able to resist. I know could he resist having it been to North Korea's few television set up proof that has brought a capitalist to a deal, which would have the beneficial effect out now to show all the TV and communists that Americans have far better why than really marriage. Great debate no previous round, but it would open North Korea to the world, being close to it. Suddenly, the men and iPhone, they want to travel, they want a job that pays enough for a hot tub. They start to question why they needed a strong man to rule them with the rod of iron when the alternate is modern healthcare and overlooked. We get a trade mineral and gold and other things are much nicer than nuclear war. The benefit of sanction is to acclimate into the which start to question its leader. A summit trade partnership would take ethical dissent and turn into the sort of river which can move mountains. The second option is that you move the entire Western world IT support department to Beijing. Kim's ability to communicate with his satellite would be immediately destroyed. His nuclear weapons would ability kiss to recognize the password security protocol for his jet would be expired without warning, and any attempt to sort it out would involve 3 years on the phone and a nervous breakdown. Alright, quite a lot of IT support staff would be torn apart by dogs or tied down on a missile testing while ranked, but who would mind? Any attempt by the West to sort out our broadband speed and get tension up to the floor would be met by tyrants of language we don't understand, and we would either fix it ourselves or receive our car over it, so things would remain pretty much normal for us. Perception don't work well is really bad. Talking to hacker fix anything and any contact with IT department leads to serious issue if only talking fix the computer. The problem is here is not that North Korea has nuclear weapons, but because a lot of people have had them for years and it's made war less of option for all of them. Nor it is even that there's no one in the national stage with the which comes to sort it out. The issue is that there is so little difference between Kim Jong Un and Donald Trump that you could switch them around and almost nobody could notice.